All right.
And we're back.
We are back.
Shooketh, but back.
Shooketh. And we have a way to end with cliffhangers.
Yeah. Did we select these before the book came out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Randomly. Just like, yeah, let's just stop after every 10 chapters.
We don't know if Garrick's dead, but that's okay. Let's pause. And
This one had a few thick ones. I had a few 30-page ones. I was like...
Garrick was really growing on me, so I really hope
I
he's
think they did that on
around.
purpose, so I think he's gonna die. That's my theory. Because
he was like a nobody before.
Yeah, and suddenly he's like almost Liam level-ish. Like,
He was. He like skyrocketed to Liam
Yeah.
level. These are actually really good pictures. Did you choose these before?
Yeah, these were there before.
The claw on the like
Yeah.
it's like literally an Unreal. They had these like big ass walls where the dragons were like, I'm like, how did you choose these photos without?
Yeah, and Xaden literally his eyes went red again,
Yeah,
and now they're amber, which was giving Twilight vibes. Twilight like hungry vibes. Like.
Yeah. So that's wild.
And they're really giving for me.
I
They're
should have
giving him like
I should have really rephrased it now that I'm reading that first bullet point.
head for dinner.
There's a misinterpretation that could happen, but
I'm pretty sure if you read the chapter, you know what we're talking about. Like, I don't know.
If you know, you know.
Just don't put this individual clip. On
it's not the
It's
casting.
a clickbait.
It's just like clickbait. But I feel like they're really giving they're giving Xaden a bit of like a drug addict write up, like that he's like addicted to. I feel like I don't know, he's starting to crave it more and more.
Yes. And what I noticed, especially in the last 2 chapters, is like, okay, now we're gonna start seeing his downfall. Like his mom is the trigger, where he goes like full, like I'm cold and a fucked up bastard, like all over again.
If he does that over his mom that he just hasn't seen it, I mean, like that, like Violet's mom died.
Yeah, but maternal relationships are like,
And
so
if you're already in a
fundamental.
vulnerable like situation, especially if you're already like almost on drugs or something, I feel you'll just fall in deep to. A lot of people like it's always a really bad event or something that makes them kind of you know.
And he's probably gonna learn something about his mom or like realize how it's really.
Also, I think he's already maybe like, you know how he was like, oh, these fell out your bag. I was like, were you searching in her bag for her thingy? That's the vibe I got. I was like, because Matt, he works with drug addicts and he says that happens a lot. They like, there's a lot of drug seeking behavior that they hide. And like, you know, they're really good liars. So they're like, oh, I found these, even though they were searching for it.
I didn't understand what those were. What those
The vials?
Yeah,
It's just like if ever he starts like hulking out, she just gives it to him and he will lose like powers and consciousness or whatever.
okay.
And the antidote will reverse it, basically. It's what they gave her when she was strapped to the chair, I think, or something, right?
Yeah, they lose their connection to their dragon and like all their magic.
Exactly. So it will like flatten him out.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, how did they fall out of her bag?
that's gonna
Convenient.
happen. Where
That makes sense, yeah.
She's gonna use it
For sure.
for sure.
And especially when Bodhi was like, bring Garrick. Well. Because she might not have the willpower to give him the things, but I don't know about Garrick no more.
So is Garrick necessary? Because he's kind of in the lurch.
Bodhi, did you send him on this mission to die?
They're like a substitute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they had the conversation. They're like, yeah, like if Xaden knew that Liam was gonna die now, he wouldn't have sent him. We're in a bit of the same situation. I don't know. Rip.
They're all like kind of okay with dying. Like
Yeah.
kind of have to be, right?
As a writer, I think it's just like part of the gig.
I mean, they're reading the scroll like every day of people dying. Like,
Yeah, they're so
give their lives to Malek or whatever.
accustomed
Yeah.
to it or like desensitized to death.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we begin?
Let's begin. Let's head for dinner.
So keep in mind. So Kayla read this to us while we were in the hot tub. So it had a really gloomy storytelling camp vibe.
So we could see the stars.
Yeah.
And it was
really good.
freezing. Like,
It was freezing,
pitch black.
But there was
so
a point
cold.
where, like, as it was getting interesting, I was leaning in. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it was really good. It had a mysterious kind of tension vibe and very good reading, good pacing.
Yeah,
Kayla.
good pacing, Kayla. Yeah. Good enunciation and intonation as well.
The voices, work on your voice.
You know, the one.
No,
I haven't read
it was
I
perfect.
haven't heard an audiobook actually. I wonder what they do.
I really don't
I'd
like
love to
audiobooks.
read a graphic audiobook, I think.
Oh, that'd be
I've heard
cool.
of people like reading the Fourth Wing graphic audio. Actually, that's what Rigel's doing. And I'm like,
Oh, like you look at the images as they're reading?
no, it's like, when it says like the same thing everyone in this isle craves, dragons, she said. It's like there's no she said. Everyone has different voices.
That I would probably enjoy because me,
Yeah.
it's the she said, he said that
Yeah.
makes me not want to
And then there's like background sound, and like if it's raining, you just hear the rain.
Love it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Cool. That would make me fall asleep though. I feel it would be, you know, like the Calm app. I'll be
Yeah, I get knocked out. There was a lot of time spent on the Cortlyn arc, and I'm still left feeling like, why?
Yeah, why?
At the end of the day, why?
To get rid of Xaden.
Right.
Yeah, to show that Xaden is has powers, even though there's supposedly not supposed to be any powers in that land.
Okay.
Just like Violet.
He's still driven by the Venin need to draw magic, even in a place where there's no magic.
But didn't he draw it from her broken
He
thingy?
fucking stole her fucking...
Because it was cold and...
This sicko.
I'm telling you, he's tweaking out.
Jesus.
He's tweaking out.
But I like that when they replaced Xaden with Eric, that it showed that Xaden really cares for his brother.
Yeah.
And he was genuinely surprised that
Yeah.
Eric was there.
Well, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of shitty that your brother's missing and then you see him right before he leads off to possible death. So.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shock, the head
That
on
was
the plate
that was crazy.
of
I didn't expect
Paladin's
I see why your Kobo like
cropped out
right
at
before that part.
Oh no.
What's coming? But
It was for sure something like triggering was gonna come up. They were hiding, like they were all holding the like lids
Yeah.
for so long, and Cortlyn was just being more and more psychotic, or unhinged.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, but it was the meat cow meat, or are we saying that's
Okay,
her? Because that's a lot of meat.
I mean. It was like the hugest slab of meat ever, and I'm like, whoa,
Wasn't she like a tiny woman or something? Like,
Yeah, and
Biggest
so
cow.
was it actually a cow, or like I had this sneaking suspicion? You said it too. Like, are they eating dragons? I'm
that's
like,
what I was thinking, like, are y'all
where are they
eating?
getting dragons?
But I think maybe they used to eat dragons or something.
Right.
Maybe there's a whole thing about that vor thing we saw. Maybe they'd be eating like.
But now
That's
they
why
don't
they
have,
want the almost plus.
But
they
a
all
lot of the
want
places want
dragons.
dragons, though.
that was what someone said. They said the same thing everyone in the Isle craves.
What if eating dragons gives you powers?
Yo,
And maybe that's why they have no powers because they have no dragons.
they haven't been able to eat dragons. They're all
They don't
consuming
feed
dragons at different,
To our knowledge.
in different ways.
Why did they want dragons so much? No, I know they want to raise them, but like.
Guys, are we going down like a
Yeah,
rabbit
we're,
hole?
we're becoming unhinged like Cortlyn.
No, I don't think. I feel. Anyways, if we go to like the Violet being like, it feels like she's wielding lightning. I don't think it's Violet. I do think it's Andarna because like it's very emotion based. Like every time she felt stressed, there like a cloud was coming.
Yeah.
The more stress she got, it starts raining.
Hey, interesting.
And then she asked Andarna, like, you okay? And she's like, I'm angry.
It didn't even cross my mind it could be Andarna.
I figured it may
But
have
that
been
makes a lot
either
of
that
sense.
or Violet herself. That's what I figured.
Because Andarna is the 7th breed from the Isles.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why she can channel.
makes
And
So
why
she's the
Violet
strongest
can
there,
heal,
yeah. So her
because
people
she,
are
like her people are from those Isles.
Makes sense, and also why it wasn't controlled and directed. And like at this point, like
Yeah.
Violet is getting so skilled at channeling. Like she would know if she was channeling, but she's like, I'm feeling a heat, but it's like she would know if it was really
It's not
her.
because you know when at the beginning when Taryn and Sgaeyl were like getting it on, she would feel like the same emotion.
Yeah.
I think that she's feeling that like heat was Andarna's stress.
I really think you're onto something.
Wait, guys.
Honestly,
What if, like, do we know where Venin come from? Like, where they're indigenous to or whatever? Like, what if they're also like a southern breed and they had maintained certain powers in the south?
Okay,
And maybe
yes.
that's why Sgaeyl is like acting up because she's feeling
all the weirdness?
yeah.
Not just that. Literally, as they get farther and farther in the islands, the color is leaching out of.
Yeah, I
the
noticed that
land.
too. That it's getting more and more
It's
pale
like-
and like.
Where they are now with where Talia is, like
It's very, like-
it's like super washed out.
And she was saying how this tree bark is lighter than it should be.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Yeah. I feel like maybe they're Venin.
But it's not completely gray. Like it
Yeah, it's
is
not
in the
completely gray, but I
Barrens.
feel like they're getting close to some sort of like I don't know.
But
Progressive.
that's why
Progressively
I
more
think
washed
that it was taken over by Venin 600 years ago. Those places are even maybe further back, but it's been able to like come back.
right.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like the Barrens haven't been able to like come back yet.
What's the
from it.
Barrens?
Barrens is what I think the Venin have like completely wiped out. No,
Yeah,
That's
so
like-
it's where like the Venin like
Are stationed.
where they drained all the land.
Okay.
I think that it maybe was at some point, and maybe that's why they want dragons, because maybe dragons, when they come, they can bring the magic back. Like there's some sort of tie between magic and dragons, well, we know.
Yeah.
But I think that also to the land.
Yeah, interesting. But it's
And Andarna is the 7th breed. They're all
Yeah.
dead. I think that her breed
got
needs to
leached
be
out.
found to bring life back into and magic back into the Isles.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I really think we're onto something. Because also, like, think about it. The second island they visit is Unreal, right? And they're that's where the girl has the half brown, half silver hair.
Yeah.
And then they go farther and people are like lighter hair. And, well, are they lighter haired? Anyways, but the land is lighter. So I'm like, I feel like there's this kind of like gradient that we're...
Are these like silver people like bleached or something?
But are they flying in a...
I think, I don't know, I'm not sure.
But there's something about all these places that don't have no more power and or have no more magic, and like maybe they were, I don't know, were those places completely devoid or drained of like magic a long time ago or something? Like, is there, I don't know. Is there a coincidence between the disappearance of the 7th breed and the appearance of the Venins and all that? Like, is there...
Yeah,
Kind
exactly.
of like where, like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's definitely like one of the big questions here. Like,
Is what happened
yeah.
Yeah.
to them?
Like,
And
is it a
where are they
coincidence
now?
that they disappeared and then the Venin, like, yeah. I hope we get the answers in this book and it's not like to be
No,
seen in
frick.
2 years.
But that's really interesting. We're getting closer and closer.
Like they never get out of Basquiat to know what all these other things.
I know,
like,
it's fucked.
It's like they were just
But
Isolated.
Yeah.
But Lilith explains that, I think, at the end of Iron Flame. She was like, if you had to choose between like creating this like microcosm where people like believe this one history to keep them safe, to keep your family safe, and like knowing the truth, what would you choose? You know, like they chose like to have only wards and then like wipe everything out so that those wards would never be threatened.
And create this us and them, like, situation. Yeah.
But I feel like we're getting closer to the whole link between Andarna and Venin, the closer and closer.
Yes.
What if her people are the Venin? What if the like,
I know.
the 7th breed are part of the Venin family? Or
But
something?
actually,
I think that she's the opposite of the Venin. Like she can defeat the Venin. That's why they don't exist anymore, and why they don't know how to defeat the Venin, because she's key to them defeating the Venin.
yeah.
The reason that there's no like color there is because they don't have any more dragons to bring magic to the land. And I think that the Sgaeyl in her sour mood, I think that that's just a reflection of Xaden's,
And his,
like you're
like,
saying, like he
internal-
has like kind of an addict, like withdrawal symptoms.
So maybe
I
she's
think
feeling,
that
like,
she's feeling
withdrawal.
his withdrawal symptoms, and he's hiding them from Violet.
Oh, so
1000%.
she's the outlet.
Yeah, so she's the one
1000.
feeling it the same way that Violet's feeling Andarna's emotions.
You guys are so right.
Because remember what Jack Barlow said, like, in the
Yeah.
jail, like, it's like a drug. Like, you're
Yeah, it's
addicted to
gonna-
feeling. And he channeled really hard to kill those 12 people. Like,
Yeah.
he must be like, really in withdrawal.
And it
now.
was like probably so satisfying to him. And also it was foreshadowed in one of the archive entries at the beginning of a chapter of like, it's like, we've read so much today, so it's blurry, but there was literally an entry about withdrawal and Venin or something. And so definitely I think that that's what Xaden's gonna...
And I can guarantee he can sense her conduits in her bag and all that. Like, he could
Probably
probably sense
calling to
the,
him.
yeah, like,
oh, it's
he wouldn't
calling
mention
to
it.
him
Yeah, I
to,
feel like it's calling to
use
him.
it,
Like
use
Gollum.
power.
It's Gollum levels, because I don't want to see him like crouched in a corner, like
no, but if
Oh,
like
but
I'm addicted to crack and I know Kayla has some in her purse, I'm gonna be like looking at her purse, like,
Honestly, yeah.
But
Yeah, so
like
true.
when Sgaeyl was in a sour mood, like he told her like go hunt, like go do something else. Because
Yeah.
I think that Violet was, she said she was looking
Yeah.
in that direction, and she was seeing Sgaeyl pacing and like not unwell, you know. I think that he was like trying to get her to go so that Violet doesn't think too much on it. I'm like, why is she like that?
but if Xaden like tweaks the fuck out, what does that mean for Sgaeyl? Is she gonna like
I know.
dragon level? Like,
I'm wondering what it means for Sgaeyl, like all of this with Xaden.
and I wonder how it felt for her when he channeled and like when he channels his Venin ways or whatever. How does that affect her?
I think it breaks their bond. If he goes fully Venin, I think it'll break their bond.
Yeah. Also, though, how does a wyvern become a wyvern?
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
It's like confusing. Like what? Okay, a couple things. Like what if Andarna's a baby wyvern?
But she has
I know,
yeah.
but like, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bunch
legs,
of I know there's like a bunch of reasons why it doesn't work, but why do wyverns exist then? And also, yeah, just like why? Like for me, there's like
I think they were created. I don't think that they're natural beings of the.
But didn't they like say that like one time they killed the wyvern and they cut them open or something and there was like a rune inside? And
Yeah.
that
Yeah, c'est
like,
vrai.
you're right,
like,
they're
like,
animated.
yeah, like
Oh, c'est vrai.
the wielder can create them.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Who's the wielder?
They're like robots.
the
The,
dark
sage.
wielder.
Can Xaden do that? Can Xaden do that?
Well,
But
probably
no,
not
but
right
you
now.
need a rune, I think, a
Yeah.
special rune. They probably invented a rune.
But they've been mentioning a lot of runes in this book, like
Honestly.
people playing with them and shit. Like,
That's true. Okay, last thing, but what if the seventh breed is Venin? Oh, not Venin, I mean wyverns. Anyways.
Absolutely.
absolutely not.
So I think they're placing it
Someone
that
had to say it.
Andarna is the cure to.
But what if there's a
that's why
rune that you
there's
can
no
make?
more.
What if there's a rune that you can make every dragon like kill Venin or something? I don't know. Like, what if there's a mechanical or scientific way to do it? Kind of like what one of the islands was saying or something like this.
Yeah.
There's like a scientific.
Oh, I'm sure the cure to Venins is like Andarna plus the knowledge they've gathered from all these islands.
Yeah.
It's like all these
For sure,
little
it's like a
fragments
puzzle,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
bringing it together.
I think when Violet discovers that she's adopted or whatever her gray hair comes from or whatever, that's the key to the something.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Well, like in her dad's journals that she was reading, they mentioned that to kill wyvern it's by fire and death by poison.
Mm-hmm.
And the poison that the dad mentions in the Isles, he says and he mentions that his journals are meant for her to read, but anybody could read it. So everything's going to be hidden in the messaging. And he mentions these berries called Xakia berries that if they're overripe, the birds that eat them die.
Oh, there was a dead bird.
I think
Oh,
that
shit.
There was a
like-
dead bird.
Oh shit, there was.
There was a dead bird.
Yes, on the
When they
beach.
walked into that draining place, they said, "Oh, look, a dead bird." He walked over a dead bird.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna adjust this. I don't always have to be so crammed in. 'Cause I'm,
Yeah, you're good.
Is that good?
So I think that like he's telling her that those berries can be used to kill Venin, and like that's going to be another way for them to kill Venin. So one of them will be like Andarna. They're going to gather that the berries do it, and they know that fire does it. So they're going to like create this whole arsenal.
No, I agree. I was getting annoyed a bit with Taryn because all of her observations, I was trying to like remember them. And he kept saying, "Focus, focus." But I'm like, what if that's important?
Yeah, honestly.
She might need to process this.
That's fucked up that you just mentioned the berries and then the bird.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
dead bird. I was like, why? Because I wonder why they're mentioning this fucking dead bird.
That's true. What the heck?
Interesting. Yeah, something's definitely gonna happen in the next few chapters about Venin or something. Like we're gonna get some sort of reveal.
Did we talk about Xaden's amber eyes? I guess it's just a sign that he's getting deeper, more
Yeah.
irreversible.
But
Yeah.
the fact that he made that decision, but I think it's explained by the fact that if he's feeling like kind of like an addict, then I can understand why he made that decision. At first I was like, why would he make such a decision? But he's really hiding, like, I think how much it's affecting him.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's internalizing it all.
What if the cake that's supposedly poisoned has those berries in it? Maybe they're trying to detect someone's venin among them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, maybe they have you know what I mean? Maybe Theo whatever is trying to like plant seeds of I don't know.
Oh shit!
Because like the berry thing was mentioned in the last few like recently, like it was in one of the last few chapters, right? So
That
I'm
would be
like-
crazy.
And it's on this island
But
with
then
a
why
dead
is
bird.
Garrick dead?
Well, maybe he's
Well,
not
maybe
dead.
he's
Maybe
not
maybe
dead.
there's like a sedative or something mixed with those berries or something. I don't know.
Maybe he only kills Venin.
C'est ça. So he might be sick, but he won't
Maybe
die.
actually only kills Venin.
So une chance qu'il y a pas mangé.
Anyways, I honestly am itching to read this.
Yeah, I'm
14th
like-
chapter.
I mean, honestly, if I'm only served one fork,
One fork.
everyone else doesn't get a fork, I'm not eating it.
Like,
Also, like
exactly.
with royalty, aren't you supposed to wait till they eat? I would just be waiting like, until they
sucks
eat.
because
I'm
also
obviously being poisoned.
Yeah.
it's like they were doing it on purpose though. To like they literally said, "Oh, you've been hoarding chocolate for weeks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Why
I
would
see
they
a
say
chocolate cake come out. I'm like,
Bruh.
Like, how did you know? Like,
I wouldn't eat that cake right away.
And
I'd
she
ask them
organized a
questions.
sleepover for her son. She organized like a bunch of stuff that's planned in advance. Because she told the sons, you know you're sleeping over? No, tonight. How did she have like time to plan a whole sleepover? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of premeditation going on. I think they were warned by a Theo, like
But who
weeks
told
ago.
them about the hoarding of the chocolate? Wasn't it them? Like, why would
No,
they
but I
mention
think
it?
I think Theo told them, oh, you're like Xaden or whatever may be coming nearby. So she started hoarding chocolate in
No, but
anticipation.
who told them that they were hoarding chocolate?
Some dude at the
Ferris,
table.
one of the
Yeah,
three.
so why is he revealing? his
Because they're
plan?
trying to evaluate how smart they are.
Yeah.
Bro.
I know, but that's their
No
whole
fork,
their
is,
test.
no fork is clue enough. I don't need to know you've
That's
been
it.
hoarding
That's
it for
the
a
test.
week.
I think that's the test.
They're like, oh, we told you about the fork. We mentioned the hoarding of the chocolate. Like, how many fucking clues
And like
do you
it's
guys
only
need?
Violet and
Is
Mira
that
that kind of
even
figured it out.
wisdom, or is that just common sense?
And like Xaden was so swayed by his
come
mom that
on.
he was about to eat the fucking cake.
Well, they're
And
not
it's
that.
like-
They're not that like about wisdom. It seems to me because they're like talking about like contract marriages. Like they're just about like logic.
I just
No, but it seems very, that's
No?
the thing. I'm getting the vibe that it's very like arithmetic, scientific. Like it's
Yeah.
all like calculated. Because there's no magic. I feel they're relying on like stuff. Well, not stuff, but like I guess logic and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it was Violet who realized it, and then also Mira after a while.
Yeah,
her
Mira's,
her
like-
brows knitted or whatever.
Why is Mira always in the shadows? Like I'm like Mira. Like I feel like you're important, and it's just.
I think she is. I think someone mentioned this yesterday or today or something, like the parallel between like Violet's mom and dad and like Violet and Mira. Like Violet represents her dad and Mira represents the mom in a sense. And like what's his name? Brennan.
Yo,
I already
also-
forgot about him.
That's been radio silent on the Brennan.
I'm
fucking
like, I still don't try. Maybe he's a mole. I don't know.
But he's like too like
He's a mole.
far removed.
I don't know.
But like I feel like they can't put every character into play. That's why they like shift them around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Brennan's been gone in some like faraway place for so long.
For, like,
Like he
20
could have made
chapters
like
now.
alliances with like bad people or something.
Okay, there was something, and I forget now
Maybe
in
Theo was
this
his
batch
wife.
of reading, but I was like, yeah, there is a mole. Like,
Yeah,
and
for
I was
sure.
like, no, but there's something that was like really obvious, and now I forget what it is. And I was like, no, 100%.
Like among them?
I think it was one of their Basquiat. Anyways, I forget now, so it's not worth. But I was like, no, 100% there's a mole among them.
If you remember, text it to the group chat.
Yeah. Fuck. That's the thing, we're reading so much
Yeah.
that it's like.
And it's a Thickums book, though. It's pretty. We're already more than halfway. How much percentage are we at? We're at 60, 57.
60?
Yeah.
I was like rereading a lot of
Me too. I had to reread
Yeah.
passages. The
'cause
really,
I was
the
like,
really,
what does this mean?
the ones full of like not like
History?
information and history are harder for me to get through. The ones that are about war or sex, I'm able to zoom through.
But that's
those.
why this book's taking longer.
There's a lot of
Because
like,
I find that like that just like you guys, like I'm rereading the historical sometimes 3 fucking times paragraphs.
even the pre-chapter thingies. Cause
I'm
like,
like, whoa, and then I'll like realize that I read a whole page. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go all the way back now and
Yeah.
read this whole 2 pages again.
so I think tomorrow, like when you wake up, fend for yourself. Like read as much as you can until we'll just give ourselves a deadline somewhere in the day.
Well, yeah, like 15 chapters.
Exactly, because they call them chunky.
Yo, yeah.
And I feel these chapters are going to be like 30,
A lot of
40,
explanation.
like blah, blah, blah.
I think so.
Because I thought in the beginning when I was reading at home, I was like, oh, this is easy. They're all 15 pages, 15 Kobo pages, quick. Like now
Yeah,
they're getting
right.
much more dense and full of history and stuff. And no sex, so usually I'm able to
Yo.
zoom through sex
There's
scenes.
gonna be like no more sex this whole book. I'm just like putting that
And
out there.
if they do have sex, it's really inappropriate because like, bro, you're in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
like really, and Xaden is not well.
It's gonna be dry.
Not well
Xaden is
at all.
not well.
Not well at all.
The Deverelli wanting Violet as a weapon. Refresh my memory.
I
So-
kind of forgot that.
Like the Deverelli wanted to do a trade. They said we want Violet as a weapon, and then Xaden was like, "It's never happening." And then when she tells this to her like other, what are they called, cadets or whatever, Catriona says like, "Why would they want Violet as a weapon? Like they can't even use her magic." And she's like, "No offense, you're not really that scary without your lightning."
Oh,
Well, they know.
right.
Maybe they know she still has powers there, because she does have
They
powers.
know something.
Well, ish.
Yeah, they
that
must know something.
Yeah.
Violet doesn't know. Like they know
Yeah.
something about
Yeah.
her.
For sure.
Why is she so
They know
important?
more. Like
Well, I think the whole southern region probably. What if Violet's part of like some sort of southern prophecy type thing? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Savior that's gonna help save the world.
Oh,
you know what I
100%.
mean? For sure.
Because
Because no one has. They could have killed her 66 times so far, and her dragon.
And probably the dad. Oh shit. Okay, 2 things. Probably the dad, since he's like a scribe and he did research, he realized that Violet was part of whatever this prophecy. Second thing, you know how Violet observes like, oh, my dad's journal entries from this time are way more like logical, mathematical, and like precise than what he's left me now. I think that totally corresponds with our theory that he is Umbrian or whatever other. Yeah, it was Umbria. Yeah.
Umbrian or
whatever they are. Where they're a lot more Cartesian or whatever it is. You know?
Yeah.
No, but Umbriel was the place with the fighters.
You're right. So from maybe
but, like,
from
religious.
Like religious.
They had a lot of like rituals. They were like slicing and stuff.
Yes. Anyways, okay, I don't know. But yeah, he writes differently in those early works. And can it just be because he was younger? I don't know, maybe. But maybe also because it's Harold's because he's one of the islanders.
Maybe it like also shows how much he had to restrain himself when writing history for Basquiat, for Navari, because they were forcing them to like redact things.
Yeah.
Versus like, oh, he wasn't the type to like write so concisely. Like he was actually really like went in depth.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So at the battle brief with Professor Devera, she mentions that the war, she was like, why are the Venin moving southwest? Like,
Was that about
what's your
Xaden?
theory? And then Violet said like, the Venin are preparing themselves for the wards to fall.
Yeah.
She's like, but I don't know what their plan is and why they would think the wards are going to fall soon. Or like, why are they readying themselves for the wards to fall?
Oh, I thought it was. I was like, are they talking about Xaden? I was like reading, like, where is he now again? Like maybe the theory we had earlier is right that he is trying to lead them into some. Every time he goes to like stave off whatever, he's low-key trying to lead the Venin into some thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or because Brennan's working in Arisha and he's working on the wards because now that he knows he can heal a ward, he also knows he can break a ward. And
I think Brennan is the
with the
mole.
Venin and that they're in like communications and so they're like lining up to go
He's
there.
too AWOL. Maybe he's working with the.
Wait, are there wards in Arisha? No.
Yeah, didn't they fix?
I don't think
I feel like
Because
in Iron
wasn't
Flame they
that-
fixed them.
Isn't that the discussion? Like they're moving southwest because they think the wards around Arisha are gonna fall, not around Navari.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Because Eritrea is that direction.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I understood, but I could be wrong now, and I'm doubting myself. But
Yeah.
I thought they weren't talking about the wards around Basquiat, but around.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, why are they moving over there?
They know something.
Yeah, they know.
A lot of people know things. I guess everyone who's in this mission knows nothing except for everyone else.
Yeah.
Other than
Everyone
Eric.
has like pieces of information that they're not but not everyone has everything.
Yeah.
Or maybe like Theo does.
I want to know what Mira knows, or what she doesn't realize she knows, or something yet.
I think she knows.
And that bracelet. What do you guys think the bracelet? What? I don't know. That
Mira's
whole thing was sketching me
fucking
out. How
bracelet.
like she never goes on vacation, and she went.
Why did she go visit her grandmother? Why is it the first time we hear that they even have a grandmother who's alive?
I know. And why is it so shocking that it was the dad's? Like it was on the dad's side, I think, the grandmother. And
I wish we could see the map again because it's like
can you pull up the map? Bro?
where she went. Where did she say she went to visit the grandmother?
I'm
Super
really bad.
North, I think.
I'm really bad with the city names.
Yeah.
But I know Basquiat.
Okay, here's the highlight of the bracelet thing.
Well, the thing that like struck me was the fact that Vi had a memory attached to the side
the
of it,
parchment smell.
which means that she's like seen it before, and she said that she had this faint smell of parchment come to her as a memory, which meant that her seeing that bracelet must have been somewhere where she was around parchment.
Wait, also, did you remember the scene with the 94-year-old bookstore lady or whatever? How like in there, I understand like Mira was like maybe feeling residual grief about the dad because she had to go step away for a second for a breather or something. Like, is that bracelet or something? That place isn't. Where were they? Where they picked up the books from her dad? Was that a bookstore or something?
Yeah, bookstore from the...
What if that's the parchment smell? That's like maybe where she may have picked up the bracelet or something, or had some memory herself about the dad.
That's possible. Like
Yeah.
one of the like granddaughters of the older lady like could have passed her.
Turned her aside and said, "Hey, you are the key of something." I don't know.
Trust only Mira.
Or maybe the 94-year-old is the grandma. No, I'm kidding.
And was it in Lucerus? No.
Oh, can you do?
That sounds familiar.
It sounds something like that.
Yes, it is Lucerus. She said you should go visit her in Lucerus.
Okay.
Or you should visit Lucerus.
So it's not that far.
No, it's not that far, no.
But I think that maybe like something that I think could be like what the meaning of the bracelet is, I think that it might make her immune to.
becoming Venin or something.
Oh,
or
shit.
That's why the dad is like, only trust Mira. Because I think if she wears this bracelet, it like does something. And maybe she saw it previously because her dad would wear it.
Oh wait, also the armor that she's wearing, the dragon scale thing, because one of the people, when they tried to throw a dagger at her and it didn't land, she was like shocked. She was like,
Yeah.
No, it's like it's the dragon scale.
it's a dragon scale, yeah. But like what
From
if,
Mira's dragon.
But Mira gave it to her.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, it kind of goes with her signet and personality, the
Her
protectiveness.
whole role of protector.
She is she is the shield, the Hodor.
Trust only Mira.
You can give a bracelet to Violet.
She knows something that Violet.
she knows something, or she doesn't realize she knows something, or that she is something.
She has been ingrained that she is Violet's protector.
Yeah, like exclusively, like
Yeah, even way more than Brennan.
Yeah.
Brennan's like,
Brennan is
Well, they thought he was dead.
yeah, but like,
He doesn't have a role anymore.
yeah.
what if that was all orchestrated by the whole family? You know, I'm like,
Maybe.
Yo.
because I mean, wasn't the situation surrounding his death sketchy or something, like the Nowlin or
I do
something
think
like
the
that?
dad knew that Brennan was alive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a theory.
What were we? What did we reach to? Bracelet.
Why did the family relationship break down? I mean, fuck. Your guess is as good as mine. Literally, we just found out she has a grandmother.
Yeah, well, why would the
Yeah, the
parents
grandmother didn't like Lilith.
not want to?
I wonder why.
It was the parents. She said it's the parents that didn't like the grandmother, not the grandmother that didn't like the parents.
And they had always been
c'est vrai.
told that it was the reverse. And then Mira's like, no, actually, it's our parents who broke off that relationship.
Gee,
And I bet it was just to protect her,
Violet?
the grandmother.
Maybe.
I don't know. That they knew she had to remain distant to be able to eventually help Mira and Violet. I don't know.
Is it gonna be one of those things where in like the last 50 pages they swoop in with the whole army?
It could be like the
Joan of
grandmother
Glass style.
was against the whole plan that the dad had about using Violet,
That's pretty fucked,
and then the parents
actually.
were like, "Well, if you're gonna like tell her, we're just gonna like not let you meet her."
That's pretty fucked up to like even if she's an adopted orphan or whatever, like you're literally like saying you're the only key to this whole world saving, which is a theme that we've seen in a lot of books.
Yeah.
I mean,
You are the key to everything.
It's actually so much burden.
And they're all like 20.
Yeah, it's so true.
Well, it brings us to that question of like Violet finding like her
peoples.
people in Unreal.
So I'm more convinced now that she's at least half something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like half, and that her hair, even if she cuts her hair, it grows silver from the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's not from her scalp. So it's like it's just always gonna be silver at the end. So it's like some sort of magical,
Magic stuff.
some sort of thing.
And the whole dedication thing.
That creeps me out. I forgot what the passage was, the pre-chapter, because I kind of read it and I kind of like. But I remember seeing something how they like outlawed
It's
child
illegal.
dedication or
No,
something.
And they can only choose it once they've reached maturity. And it has to be their own choice. They can't be dedicated anymore.
So are you saying that when they choose their school, that's the dedication that they're doing? It's like a self-dedication to your job,
shit.
like in the
Doing
Divergent.
the parapet?
Yeah. Well, like choosing your quadrant basically
Yeah.
is a dedication to
A god.
They have to do it of their own free will.
Yeah.
I think that maybe that like law changed, and that's why her dad is not manipulating her, but guiding her towards a place where she'll be willing to dedicate her to whatever his mission is for her.
That's why he's not saying go to this place. He's trying to like make
I think
her
he's
want to
gonna
go.
make her want to
Yo.
dedicate.
Damn.
Which is a bit fucked.
It's a lot of manipulation.
It's giving
like
a-
behind the scenes.
It's a bit Hunger Games-y,
Potentially.
Divergenty.
I think it'll show like
Divergenty for real, actually.
I feel like it'll show who her father really is. Like, was he someone that actually cared about her, or did he have like, was he like some religious fanatic that's just using
Well, we were
for
kind
a
of
greater
like,
good in his mind?
because so far Father Foringale was like, what's his name? Soringale was like the like
Yeah.
good parent, and the mom was like the cold, standoffish one. What if it's
The reverse.
Yeah, because her mom really showed that she cared about her when she was dying.
and the dad like is technically the dad was showing like blatant favoritism towards like Violet or something. Like even I feel like Mira is a bit ticked as well that like
It's true.
all this was
She
entrusted
is,
in the
yeah.
youngest child.
Mira is like.
And maybe Brennan was probably like triggered by that, and that's why he betrayed everyone. I'm like,
What if Lilith killed him?
that's what I'm wondering. She might have figured out his whole
She killed the dad?
because heart failure.
It's weird, huh?
In a land of magic. It's a bit like, it's like Silver Flames, where they're like, oh, we don't know how to deliver the child. And I'm like, C-section, guys?
Yeah.
Do we not have this in a land of magic? Guys.
They can do anything.
They can do a C-section.
It's like, yeah, the dumbest thing ever.
Just kind of.
Nope, she's just gonna die. Bye. The wings will get stuck in RIP. Anyway.
And it's like that no one questions that.
Yeah.
It's an inside job.
Any movie you watch where someone who's important mysteriously dies of a heart attack, it's usually not like a natural heart attack.
But at the same time, it's like Navarre is known for covering shit up, so they could have easily known what happened and just been like, oh, we'll just erase it from history.
What if he ate one of these berries or something?
Yeah. What if it's one of those things where like he had to like die to imbue Andarna's egg with like
Jesus. Oh, to like revive the egg type
don't
thing?
know,
like
maybe.
Hunger Games level?
I don't know.
Not Hunger Games, but Game of Thrones thing?
It's not off the table as a possibility.
I feel like that is a theory I can get behind, Veronica, because, like, you know, when she was presenting the egg as a gift,
The shell, yeah.
like he was like, oh, it just looks like any other egg. Like I've seen an egg before, it's nothing special, and she had to clarify that it's like, oh, it's the 7th breed egg.
And they were like, what?
So maybe it is just a normal dragon egg that he gave like some sort of cure that he found, and he put it into Andarna, and then so there is no 7th breed.
Fuck.
It's just that he created a cure.
It's just that Andarna specifically is a cure.
No, but then that relates to what Roxy said. Maybe like Andarna, maybe if we cut her open, there's a rune or something. Maybe she's created as like the anti-venom
She's not
thing.
actually a breed.
Like she's a creation. She's made.
But weren't there in the books? But then again, can we trust the books? Because the books all came out about
Like was she even hatched?
because they
like,
were talking about a 7th breed in the books. Remember those journals that like that's how they figured out the whole board thing at the end of Iron Flame?
Oh my
They
God,
talked about a 7th breed,
But that mirror, sorry to cut you off, that mirror is a bit like what we were thinking about Violet, like Andarna being like created or brought in from somewhere, Violet being brought in from somewhere, like they kind of have similar,
trajectories.
and now
the sad little
Andarna,
orphan.
Andarna has an injured wing, she's a bit weakened,
Yeah.
she can't like fly as good, Violet and all her
Yeah.
bone issues, like I feel there's a parallel between both of them.
For sure.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah. Andarna's like Violet and they're both like little orphans.
Yeah.
But maybe like the
Imported.
cure that the dad made and imbued into the egg to create Andarna is tied to Violet somehow, which is why Violet is the only one that can do this mission because she's the only one that can work with Andarna to kill Venin because that's the way the dad built it.
And maybe like Brennan figured it out
That's why
and he was
she's
triggered and like that's why he pretended to fake his death and is like working with the, I don't know.
No. Maybe Brennan figured it out. Oh God, I just got a sinking feeling.
What?
Well, Xaden and Brennan have been working together forever. What if Brennan figured it out, and that's why Xaden's like so convinced that like Violet has to kill him? You know?
Because
Because
what
they're-
the prophecy is.
Yeah, because that's their whole plan, and Brennan has like explained the plan or whatever.
Wait, so he clap, okay?
I'm just saying. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought, but it's like Brennan and Xaden have been working together forever. What if Brennan is the one telling Xaden, like,
some lies.
yeah, like you have to be killed by Violet. I don't know, like some shit.
Yeah.
That's like making him. Maybe it's all an elaborate plan with Brennan that's going on, and like Xaden's kind of being controlled by Brennan. I don't know.
I know where your theory's coming from, but also why are we so sus of Brennan?
Because he's like,
Why are we trying to include him in
Okay,
some
so-
plan?
This. Sorry.
no, like go ahead.
Theo has. Okay, Theophany has there's two of them. She refers to someone else in the beginning of the book. She's like the other evil Venin king guy, sage guy. His name starts with a B. It's not Brennan, obviously, but I was just like, oh.
It is Brennan.
I was like, oh, weird. Starts with B too.
No, but what if Violet, like, what she keeps saying, oh, you're a leash. What if it's not Xaden? What if it's a leash towards Brennan or something? I don't know.
Wait.
You know how
Elaborate.
they keep talking about, like, a leash or something, like, when they refer to Violet.
Oh, she's a leash for Andarna.
Or something
because
like
if
that.
they're connected,
Like, what if it's not
they
about
can only
Xaden?
be used like they need to be together.
Andarna and
'Cause
Violet.
Yeah.
Andarna's probably
Two parts of
useless
the leash.
alone, right?
I think the dad leashed them.
Shit.
That means you could create personalized dragons? Bro. Okay. I want one.
For Venin. I think
I
that
want
was
one.
really what his goal was.
But what if that's, like, what all the different types of dragons were made for different things type thing? Like, you can breed, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but, like, you know, all the different breeds the colors.
Okay. Sorry, I want to go back to my theory. So what if, like you're saying, Brennan's not bad, but the cure for all the Venin involves Brennan and Xaden knows that he has to be killed by Violet or some shit for the cure to
Oh, like,
take
so there
place
is a
on the
prophecy
Venin.
type thing, like a prophecy situation.
I don't know. I'm just saying, you know? Is there a link there? So I didn't mean to cut you off in your thought, Joy. You were saying something
Eric
about
didn't
rainbow.
manifest yet, right? Or whatever, his thing, right? His
Eric?
signet?
No.
Is there a relation between the color of the dragon and what type of power you have? Is that any sort of link or anything?
I think there is. Like, they're kind of attracted to, like, green dragons are more like calm and like.
Because then Rhiannon, her power is
more-
like retrieving and stuff like that. It's nothing that's like offensive and whatnot.
I think it's not like their power, but their personality. Like, green dragons are more like calm and like thoughtful and stuff, like careful. Like, she's very like type to plan, organize, and everything.
Because come to think of it, Andarna is exactly like Violet. Like, kind of has the impulse to be like, I want to do what I want, and Taryn has to like control both of them.
And emotionally driven.
Yeah, and
Uses
very young.
a lot of emotional reasoning,
Yeah.
which is why Violet's in so much denial and why she just like trusts her intuition.
No wonder
Like,
she's not a scribe, bro.
She's like, oh, this feels right to me, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Shit.
She's not someone who does a whole lot of like, and it's not a bad thing, but she just doesn't like use logical reasoning.
I think we're
She
onto
just
something with
uses-
that egg thing.
I going back to like the Eric thing. I don't know if he hasn't manifested or he's just hiding it. He could be
Well, because he's
hiding
hiding a lot of things.
Oh
bro.
shit.
That's what I think. He's just hiding it. He has something.
Maybe it's like
that's good.
intrinsic as well or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like a forbidden one,
What color is his dragon?
Blue.
which means he must have a strong signet.
Yeah.
Who else has blue?
Xaden.
Xaden.
Oh yeah. Well,
I only know because I made the slides with their dragons, so I remember everyone's dragon.
okay.
Sloan has red.
What about Bodhi?
Orange? Do we have a slide? It's
No,
orange.
he doesn't have orange. I like orange.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
hang on.
I put a dragon for Bodhi
can-
in the slides.
Find
Are
it.
the characters?
I can find it here
Yeah.
if you want.
Jack Harlow had an orange one.
He had blue, no? Oh, he had orange.
Yeah,
his own
he had
before he killed him.
Apparently, the orange dragons are mean.
Bodhi had what? Green.
Like Rhiannon.
Mira has green. She's
Yeah,
very
so
pragmatic.
defensive stuff. Garrick and Imogen have.
Brennan have orange.
Why do they all have orange?
Are they evil? No, I'm kidding.
I thought the red was the most aggressive one.
I thought it was the orange.
Sloan has a red one. What color is a Rhydock?
Green. No, orange, sorry.
Oh, yeah?
And I know Mom Sgaeyl, hers was brown, I think.
Blue and blue. There's only 2 blues.
They're really rare. Blue and black.
So yeah, Eric is.
Well, no, there's a lot of the bad people have black ones. Melgren or something like that. One of those profs or Barrick or something, they had a black one.
But Violet has a black one.
She does. She has like 10 dragons. Like.
it's
Interesting.
all so confusing.
But I think maybe his signet is being a bit revealed with the way he's acting, like the way
Yeah.
that he kind of knows a lot of information. I wonder if he's an intrinsic or I don't know. He's definitely not a I don't know.
What's the other forbidden one? Do we know? There are more than one forbidden.
Yeah.
Like, I want to
They
look it
just
up, but
kill
I don't
you
want
on
spoilers.
sight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking look it up. That is.
And
for
AI
playing
is
with
useless.
fire.
You say no spoilers, it gives you spoilers. But well, for sure, anything that has to do with like you like not being able to give like a fair like if you're using your mind and stuff. Kind of
Yeah.
like Harry Potter-ish.
And why isn't it like?
Yeah, one of the forbidden ones is like Harry Potter. You can't like mind control someone or something. No, mind control or something like that. Kind of like the Imperious or the.
Mind persuasion or mind reading?
No, there's a few forbidden ones that I remember feeling like, oh, this is kind of like Harry Potter, where you like you can't read the thoughts or intentions, like you can't mind control someone, like the Imperious curse or whatever. You can't like take over someone's mind; they'll kill you for it. Yeah, like persuasion. There's some other ones, but they're all like mental.
Yeah. Can we also talk about the fact that Xaden can straight up read Violet's mind?
Yeah, that's not intrinsic. Like he can like literally read her mind, and she's in denial for that as well.
It's like
Because she's like, did I say that out loud? Did I think that? Is it his intrinsic?
like, girl.
I'm like, girl, he's literally finishing your sentences.
Yeah.
He's like in your brain.
it's freaking unnerving.
It's-
it's unnerving.
It's like
And like the bond is
and the bond's not there.
but he can finish her sentence.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
It's giving Frozen. You know what's crazy? What? We finished each other's sandwiches.
I think like Maybe like magic is strong in the Isles.
Yeah.
Like, because these things are happening to him when he's on the Isles, where there's.
It's really giving Crescent City like subdued magic.
Yeah, I think
level.
they're just hidden.
Yeah,
Like
underground or
is
something.
there because
Or the magic is in the seventh breed hidden in some corner somewhere.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
why Violet was able to.
Yeah, she can
use
channel through her
her
people,
power.
through Andarna.
like why they are okay with wanting her as a weapon.
And that's why maybe
Because we think they have no magic, but they might have it.
I think so.
And they're just
they
not
might have
like
it hidden.
advertising
I
it.
don't know how.
I feel like they weren't shocked enough about the lightning. Like, I don't know why. For a land that doesn't have magic, I feel they weren't like shocked enough. Like,
Well, the queen was
well, they're like, how'd you do that? But then,
Yeah.
She did yield after that.
yeah.
yeah, she did.
I laughed when she was like, I don't need help.
Who said that?
She was like,
queen?
yeah, she was like on the ground, and someone was like, like whatever, ma'am, let me help you. And she was like, I don't need help. And then that's when Violet realized, oh shit, that's the queen.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Her Majesty.
Your Majesty,
All the guards coming and helping.
don't
her.
help me.
Yeah, they called her like Your Majesty. She was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of badass though. If your like queen does that, I don't know.
Was
Yeah, but they also paired her with the smallest girl.
I know.
She, like the lady even said, "You're the
that's
smallest
true.
one."
It's like kind of offensive. Actually.
Yeah.
If I was queen and they were like gave me the weak one, I'd be like,
Yeah, the two dudes got like giant brutish twins or something. Was Violet dedicated?
I'm liking the theory about Andarna.
I'm liking it
channeling.
too. I think that's actually the key.
Yeah.
That's why she was drawn to two. And it's that whole parallel too. If you think about Jack Barlow, how he's like, I need to kill the weak one. I need to kill the weak dragon. Like, she's too weak. I need to kill her. He also needed to kill Violet because she's too weak.
Yeah.
What if that's like, they're not that they're the same person, but they're like cut of the same cloth. Like,
Jack is being controlled. Like, it's like the source he's feeding from is like tainted by someone who's like pulling his strings. And so he's not even thinking why he has to kill Violet. Just someone's telling him like, it's like, you have to kill Violet. And
no, but
it's-
like, what if
it's like almost the source that he's drawing
what if she's
from.
the mole?
It could
Because
be.
she's spending a lot of alone time with Jack because she's the one kind of keeping him alive and erasing his mind. What if she's doing other things?
I'm feeling
And she's
anxious right now.
a marked one or whatever as well, right? So
Yeah.
she has two signets probably.
We don't know which one.
So what if she's
But
kind
she may
of,
not have because Bodhi doesn't,
to our knowledge?
according to him.
Guys, yeah, exactly. Second thing, I don't think that Andarna was created because the Venin they're like the Irids. She's not a single occurrence. They refer to her as the Irids.
Maybe she can bring magic onto like lands or something. Maybe she could like.
But maybe the egg was like an irid egg, but the dad did put something in particular to
Maybe.
fulfill this prophecy for Violet.
Yeah.
That makes her like kill Venin specifically.
Yeah.
It's like an ear that can kill Venin.
Exactly, like a genetic modification because he has some sort of scientific something. I don't know.
The further
Alchemy.
the further we go into this book, the more I'm convinced there are good and bad Venin.
Yeah.
And I think there's like just like this one Venin line that I really think there's like tainted energies. And there's probably good energies and tainted energies. I don't think like default channeling from the land makes you bad. I don't know. You don't believe this?
What if someone was burning down an Amazon forest? The Amazon forest. And they're like, some maybe are doing it for.
No, but I get where you're coming
like, there's
from.
no good
No,
reason.
but can't you like, instead of burning down the whole forest, like can't you like cut down a tree and do like sustainable forestry?
No, but I get what you're
And
saying.
what
though.
if they're like keep populating? They're gonna need more trees.
But then it's like the advent of agriculture. So they're planting trees and then they're feeding off these trees.
I'm looking for
No, but maybe there's there's an alternative to like how they channel or something. Maybe they're just channeling the way they think they need to, but maybe there's a more sustainable way to do it that they're just not.
Like having dragons.
Yeah,
And channeling
maybe that's the
from
thing.
dragons.
No, but that's the thing. Maybe if they had a dragon.
That's a little optimistic considering Rebecca's description or like how she writes books as people just die. Like there's
Yeah.
no like, oh, but
Yeah.
like SJM is more that type of writer where it's like, oh, but they're actually nice because but I feel like Rebecca's like, no, they're shit assholes.
I'm actually
They
so
died.
anxious.
Well, guys, can we forgot something? The classroom scene where that Venin just randomly manifested herself and got
Yes.
killed immediately.
What
Then they
the
were
fuck?
fighting.
They're fighting.
And then she just
The fire was getting too close, and then she started draining something,
panicked.
and then
Yeah.
they just
Yeah, how the... Like,
She just channeled from the earth.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just talked about that real quick.
Yeah, real quick. Why was she scared of the fire,
they do
though?
have to kill.
Oh, what fire is one of the things that kills them, no? You said that recently.
They said death by
And
fire.
where did
But she was
come
freaking
from?
out about the fire, like freaking out.
Where did
But
she come from?
She's
like,
one of the like hidden Venin.
Yeah, but she's like a young...
That means they're all over the school.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I
where did he
think
come
maybe
from?
she wasn't Venin though. She just panicked and accidentally drew from the earth.
Yeah, that could be also.
Oh,
But she
and
was
just
draining, though.
to ensure that she doesn't become Venin to kill her.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, they just insta killed her because they're like, that's too risky. Which I get. I think it was supposed to show how urgent she needs to be addressing Xaden. Like,
Yeah,
it's not something
because
that
they will
can
kill him
just-
on site if they know he's like.
Yeah, they can't just like keep delaying like his cure. She can't keep like having this like denial like, again, saying like, oh, well, maybe if we just live in the Isles, everything will be okay, and or maybe no one's gonna notice. Like his eyes are still golden flecked, and it's like no, like this girl just got insta killed as soon as she like touched the earth.
And does she not realize that her staring into his eyes every 5 seconds is probably dragging? It's probably sketchy, like checking out the time. Are you still with me?
That's probably what they look like when they like talk through the bond. Sometimes they have long
Yeah, long
conversations.
as they're talking. I'm like, how are you able to carry on to?
I know.
You're having sex in your mind here, and you're like
I'm like,
communicating with her
no one can
classroom.
multitask like that. Like you probably have a boner right now. Like how can you? You know? Come on.
Ugh.
I'm nervous.
I'm quite nervous.
Like
as
I
well.
actually feel like something's coming, and I don't.
But
know if I'm
honestly,
ready.
Violet is acting kind of like when you have like a family member that's really addicted and you still don't want to accept, or you're more like an enabler. You don't want to accept that they're like really in a dire situation.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, oh, okay, like let me help you. I'll help you. I'll give you something to like, I don't know. She's really giving like family member of a drug addict or
I
something.
really agree. And something's gonna have to give.
I wonder if the author has like some sort of experience with something like that, because they're writing it pretty accurately for an addict.
I'm sure she does. I mean, I think like they have 5 kids. Her husband's in the military. I think some of their kids are adopted. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds to me like she has some experience with like maybe troubled youth or you know. Sometimes
they do a lot of research too when they want to include like a theme.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
But what's interesting though is when she went to the white-haired people and she was like, "Oh, her hair is like mine. Are their bones also weak?" I was like wondering. I'm like, was her bones also like frail and stuff that she's in the South, or has she mentioned breaking anything other than her rib? Mm-hmm. Is she maybe stronger when she's in the South or something?
Oh shit.
Maybe she's frail and all that when she's up north.
Hey, we haven't noticed it as much. Eh?
She has a broken rib, but I don't see any other like swollen limbs or anything.
Yeah, she hasn't talked about it as much. Like, as I dropped, my knees jolted. Like, she hasn't said as much of that.
Yeah.
She said it, I know, in Cortlyn. Mm-hmm. But she hasn't said it since she's been in these. Well, maybe she has, but I haven't
did
noticed
it.
as much.
Or maybe that's just her broken rib, but where she is with Xaden's mom, she couldn't even get up.
Oh.
And he was like, I
Oh,
guess
that
I
was the
shouldn't have
rib.
been talking about
Oh,
it.
never mind.
But no, but it was the rib.
It was the rib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, oh no, I was hurting her for her broken rib. Yeah.
Then a lot
When
of
did
people.
she break her rib though?
It wasn't during the fight with that chick,
With
the queen. She like did some. She shot. She threw a dagger in her dragon thing, so it didn't penetrate her, but it did like have an impact. Kind of like bulletproof vest. You can break ribs with bulletproof vest if you get shot.
Especially if you have heart condition.
Yo, anything
shit
can
snaps.
Yo, like
Poor her, dude.
interesting.
Final words on whether Garrick's dead. Like, what's everyone's
Put it in a
Roxy?
vote.
Yeah, I want to vote in the poll.
Yeah, good idea.
I don't know. I'm less convinced now.
Oh, I can't put
I think the berry thing is like what's going on.
It's a good poll we can put up.
Yeah, in Fable.
I'd say no. I hope he's not dead.
But not many people, important people, have died yet. Well, then
Yeah,
she doesn't.
none.
Yeah, like the people who have died have been like people we wanted to get rid of,
Yeah. So he could be the first casualty.
or like in the last 100 pages, like 10 people. Just
But it's too like easy. Like
it is
oh,
too
he
easy.
Taken, he's dead.
They're really
No,
not
they-
on their guard
They
though.
would
Like,
kill him in a battle or something. You know, like something.
oh yeah, I put a few posts on Fable as I was.
Nice. I didn't see.
What was happening?
I wanted to say this. Like, they were like, oh, we need 3 people, best 2 out of 3. I thought they were going to kill each other. I didn't know it was just like a fight, like a little mat fight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, well, they can't let all of them live because that would be like way too easy. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
kill one of the 3. And I was like, I think Dane's gonna die.
He was unconscious for half of it, bro.
Yo.
Embarrassing.
Useless.
Why is she doing him like that?
Like, give him make him strong. Like, you're making him look like a nerd, like a virgin nerd. Like he's on the card.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah,
Before you guys show those pictures.
like she's able to like the only one that's able to defeat her thing, and like Xaden and Dane, who are older, more experienced.
Men.
He's knocked out.
I made a poll.
Maybe they're both worried about her, so they couldn't focus or something.
Go vote in
She's
favor.
saving Xaden, like multitasking, fighting two people.
Yeah, I know. She did it all. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, come on. Like, Xaden's supposedly the best fighter in all the land. But you know what? It just, like, says more about how he's not himself.
No, he can't go like this. I'm sorry, because Liam had like a noble death.
Yeah.
Death by cake.
I think no. I mean, I voted.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. I think
It's
no,
like
because
your
I'd be
legacy
like,
is trash.
like, this is a shitty way to die. Like, everyone else gets a cool death.
Noble,
like, even being pierced by a talon of a wyvern,
Yeah,
like, give me
or
that
getting
death.
set on fire, like, you know what I mean? Even the injuries, like Sawyer lost his leg, like it's all like noble, but then
I
cake.
agree. It's like not. It's like you could kill anyone else off that way.
If he's dead, I'll be like Rebecca.
Death by chocolate cake? Zayden would never eat chocolate cake again.
Yo, seriously.
It's his favorite.
Trauma.
Trauma.
Oh no. Wow.
Wow,
The next little bit's gonna be.
this is a deep dive.
Yo.
But like, you know, I feel like when I'm reading books and like when we do book club, it's like sometimes it's hard to remember everything that you read in the month. But the fact that we're all reading it at the same time and like able to like communicate immediate thoughts.
Yeah. And it's like 10 chapters at a time, and I find we're able to go so much deeper in our theories and like riffing off of them. I feel like, I don't know, I'm gonna be curious when we get to the end of the book and be like, what was right? Like, what did we
Imagine
get
we're all off and it's like something completely like
off our radar?
I think that's what it's going to be.
It better not be some secret character, or it's all a dream. If it's all a dream, I'm throwing away my kobo.
Okay,
Like
bro.
it's trash. Like,
No
we
way.
can't do
She
it.
would never do
The
that.
two next book won't happen. Right? It's just
It's like they'd pull away the deal.
I read a book like that before, and I legit threw the book. I
Yeah, I
was like,
know.
really waste of time.
So, see you tomorrow, y'all.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye.